This is Adrian Hart with your Southeast Colorado news on seconews.org. It's another episode of About the Valley. This is actually our Colorado Parks and Wildlife introductory episode. We're here with Steve Kiefer on the river bottom, of course, the Arkansas River. A beautiful backdrop for this little interview. And the Oxbow Wildlife Area is maybe well known to some local residents. Some other local residents maybe haven't seen the Oxbow Wildlife Area. We're just off of Highway 50 between La Junta and Los Animas, Colorado, and it is a gorgeous wildlife area. Walk-in access only, but there's fishing, hunting, and wildlife viewing accessible here. And we're going to talk with Steve a little bit about the different types of critters you could find out here and the different types of recreational activities that you can enjoy right here in southeast Colorado at the Oxbow Wildlife Area.
Well, the property itself is about 440 acres roughly.
Okay.
And it includes river bottom riparian zone, which is what we're in here. There's about a mile of river.
Okay.
It also has farm fields, weedy areas, and a pretty good variety of wildlife habitats. We border the Bensold Fort property. Actually, right now
We're going to pan over, and now we're looking at the Bensold Fort property.
Yeah.
They've got some access roads that they use. However, down here, it's the public's supposed to walk in.
That's correct. And this property, like you said before, it is walk-in. We do have roads and all cut in it that we use for management purposes. The public's welcome to walk them, but not to drive them.
Okay.
We've got quite a bit of variety here. For 440 acres, it's well managed and a lot of opportunity.
Before we went on camera, we kind of said that we were talking about how it seems like it's a rather large area when you spend some time here, but in actuality, 440 acres isn't that large.
It really isn't.
It kind of sits long on the block, adjacent to the river and adjacent to the highway.
It is, and it's about a mile long east to west. We actually border Bent County on the east side, but the property itself is on the west side in Otero. We have deer, duck, turkey, dove, and rabbit. Those are the primary things that people come here to hunt. But there's also pheasant, quail, and goose. Though any animal that is found here that's in season, you got a license for, is allowed. I mean, bobcat. I've seen elk tracks. I've never seen an elk here. You know, there's all kinds of options here.
All right. So the whole gamut of southeast Colorado wildlife right here where the water's at, right?
That's right. And here on the river, there are a few deep holes that'll hold catfish. I have seen some nice ones come off of the property. Don't get a lot of fishing pressure here, but it does have that opportunity.
All right, very cool. The Oxbow Wildlife Area here in southeast Colorado, as I mentioned, between La Junta and Los Animas, bordering the Bent County Fort property, National Park Service there. So very cool opportunities here, hunting, fishing, and wildlife viewing. I know I've seen deer here, and I've seen rattlesnake here.
Oh yeah.
So there is rattlesnake in season. So winter is a nice season to come do some wildlife viewing. Actually, we've got raptors moving through the area right now. So we have lots of eagles, hawks, and birds to see.
Oh yeah. We've got a lot of wintering raptors. We've got songbirds that you don't see during the summer sometimes here. A few things to be aware of. Like all state wildlife areas, this is paid for with hunting and fishing license funds.
Right.
You're required to have a hunting license, a fishing license, or a wildlife area access pass to be on the property if you're 16 or older.
Okay.
And it's not paid for with general tax money. So that helps cover the fees. A few other things just to be aware of. If you bring a dog, unless you're using it for hunting, it needs to be on a leash.
Yep.
And since hunters and fishermen pay the majority of the bills on this, be respectful. If you got people hunting in the area or whatever, try not to interfere. It's also wise during big game seasons, especially, to wear bright colors, that kind of deal. Hunters are required to wear orange
Or
hunter
pink.
pink.
Yep.
And it's a good idea, even if you're not hunting, to do it. The law doesn't require it, but that doesn't change how things can work.
All right.
Hopefully not.
All right. Very cool. There we go. We got the legals all covered there.
Yep.
And it's certainly been a pleasure. We're going to get back in the truck and we're going to continue our interview and our tour of the Oxbow wildlife area. We'll have a photo gallery at the bottom of the article and lots of information about this area specifically, courtesy of our friends at Colorado Parks and Wildlife. So very good, Steve. So good to have you on for the first show.
Good to be here.
Yep, and we're going to do it again. So we'll be touring the Southeast Colorado wildlife areas with Colorado Parks and Wildlife here on About the Valley on seconews.org.